Alrighty, what is up, everybody? It is I, Ms.Tincture. We are back at it again. Oh, so, as a lot of you might remember, if you caught the end of the stream last night, we finally finished Expedition 33. And all I can say is, whoa. Like, absolutely outstanding job on that game. Oh. And I do apologize. Did not save my stuff here. There we go. Now we're in the right category. Oh. Yeah, so definitely definitely making some progress here. And I do apologize. We are making a small change to the stream today. I'm going to be adding a alert box to the game. And we're going to see if we can make this work. Because I should have been getting alerts anytime that I've been raided or new followers or anything like that. So we're going to give this a shot and see what happens. And it's going to be right in the middle of the screen, so I do apologize for that if people don't like that. But we're going to do a small test here real quick. Alright, looks like we got that partially figured out. But we need to move... Oh, okay. So it did show up. It was a little delayed, though, by the looks of it. Huh. Let's try it again real quick. And it seems a little out of sync here. I'll have to work on that a little bit. Yeah, it's a little out of sync over here on OBS, but we now have alert windows, so it's a start. It's something. So now that we have that up and running, we are going to be having some fun tonight. We are creating, as some people may or may not be aware of, we are creating the most flawed character in the history of characters to beat the Outer Worlds. And the only way we are going to be able to do that is by, I kid you not, accepting every flaw that gets thrown our direction. So, last time we played, we became addicted to alcohol, and we got a permanent concussion. And we pair that up with the fact that we also have an increased amount of damage that we take from plasma damage. So overall, not doing too bad on collecting those flaws. We're going to treat these flaws like they're Pokemon. We got to catch them all. Got ourselves some Mountain Dew Blast. Oh. So, got a super weird idea. And I don't know, maybe somebody will hear this and somewhere down the line and something will happen and I'll never get credit for it. But crazy idea. What if, and I know this is genuinely crazy, what if the company behind Mountain Dew, which if I remember correctly it's Coke, I think it's either Coke or Pepsi, I forget. It's Pepsi. Okay, so what if Pepsi created a Mountain Dew that instead of filling it with caffeine, they filled it with something else that helped to induce sleep? Like hear me out. A sleep Mountain Dew that uses some weird ingredient like valerian root or something like that. Like, they've already dipped into alcohol. They've got buku amounts of caffeinated drinks. I mean, just look at the line of Mountain Dew products over the last few years. Like, what if they created a sleep product? I don't know about you guys, but I would be all over that. Alright, so we are headed to Monarch. We have Parvati, we have Felix. We did not collect the Vicar as a companion because we kind of demolished Edgewater and its inhabitants devastatingly. Oh, that's right, this is an elevator. I thought it was a stairway. My bad. Grim.
Hey, hold on there. Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right?
Whatever. I'm not here for chit-chat. You seem surprised. Well, that is my ship on the landing pad right next to you.
I knew it. See, I made what you call a logical deduction.
Uh-huh.
You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off.
Takes more than a few gunships to scare
Wish
me.
more folk could say that. Gets awful quiet guarding a landing pad that never gets used. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic. Us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records. Aw, don't be like that. I never get to do this part.
Oh.
Please.
He's got golden retriever energy. Oh. I have to be nice.
Well, there's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill. We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago. Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly.
Did he just say raptidons and cannibals? I can't wait.
Oh my god, Felix. Saying the board's been lying about this place?
Oh, sure. They make Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell. Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though.
I'm gonna have a
Mr.
look
Sanjar
around
will be mighty
town.
pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor?
What's up, Golden Retriever boy?
I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in?
Sure, buddy. I'll ask about
Thanks
your
a bunch.
poster.
Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Could I get another advance, Mr. Nandi?
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
Well, new business turns up at last. Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often
Whoa.
posed these very questions.
Clear my
This
schedule.
guy likes his
This
statistics
newcomer has a
lot.
meeting with me. Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon. I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. Now, what business brings you here?
Me? I'm charting my own path. You know, going where the wind takes me and all that.
What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only, I take it this means you aren't here for salt tuna.
If I have to eat one more weird science project passed off as food in this sprat-fucked colony, I'm gonna stab somebody.
Yes, that's it. Channel your anger. I only wish I could do the same.
Seems like you're having a rough time, Mr. Sanjar. Are you doing quite all right?
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic and athletic disappointments. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
If you're free of the other corporations, why would you want to, bring them back in?
Because he's scared to go it alone. You need the board to hold your hand and tell you everything's gonna be okay. Ain't that right?
Surviving alone isn't as easy as it looks. Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
Let's see here. Sounds like you're freer than anyone else in Halcyon. Why not embrace it?
You talk like Graham.
Can't imagine why you'd sneer at the notion of a free colony. Could it be because you're an agent of the establishment?
I used to be young and idealistic too.
Oh, Felix
You
bringing the
can't run a
heat.
city on high-minded ideals.
Oh, should I call him out? No. I'm gonna... You know what? No, I am gonna be blunt.
I have people to look after. I need to be practical.
That's why Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
But will that help the people here, Mr. Sanjar? Keep them fed and safe?
That's precisely what I'm trying to do.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
This lady knows what's going on.
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. At any other company, she'd be wasted in data entry. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
How long did it take you to figure out that you need to defend your city?
Not long, but the devil is always in the details. And the salient detail here is a Bolt 52 cartridge. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
Huh. This Bolt 52 sounds useful. What is it?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon. An extremely powerful ordnance.
I was starting to get bored listening to you until you said the phrase extremely powerful ordnance.
It is quite
Felix,
the
my
rush.
guy.
I'll need to gather some supplemental materials, but I mustn't get ahead of myself.
You do tend to do that.
The Bolt 52 will be
She
in the
sounds
old
like
arms
she's
building
so done
southwest
with
of
his
town,
shit.
which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. And these days, it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
You say that like it's a challenge, my guy. Alright. Alright, I guess I'll go get it.
Do be careful. I've lost more than a few people to marauders and raptidons out there. Oh, and while
Oh,
you're at
that's
it, there should be a
cute.
terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
I need to ask you
What can I do for
something.
you?
I met Grim, the landing pad guard.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
Did a
Well,
bang-up
that's
job.
excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review. What else can I do for you?
Alright, we're getting out of here.
Velma seem out of sorts to you? She's always cranky. No, I mean, more than usual.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a hurry.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Did she now? Well, I can see I was mistaken. Because if Catherine really had sent you, there'd be a lot more expletives in your message. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Your chief what?
Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many tumors. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
So find him and drag him out by his ears? Don't you have rules about that sort of
We're
thing?
not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. Means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit.
These MSI types are living the dream.
Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments. Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra drugs he's been taking from supply.
Uh-oh.
Something else on your mind?
What's this about your
Caleb
foreman?
Herrick runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials.
So the job's easy, but you're not doing it? Something smells here. I mean, everything smells in here, but something's fishy. Wait.
He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more.
I can talk
You mind
to Caleb
slapping
for
him
you.
around a little while you're at it?
No.
I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Check the yacht club. He's usually there.
Who's this
Sublight
Catherine you
boss out of
mentioned?
Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a ground six spacer.
Alright, let's go investigate.
Help! Someone's been I think I'm gonna be sick.
Pull yourself together, tell me
I
what
clean
happened.
the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of messes, but this... If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. That's where the body is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
Huh.
Oh, sorry. You spooked me, was all.
Murder? Is this the part where we go hunting for clues?
Sure is, buddy. Sure is. Betting slip lists. Increasingly bold wagers made for a team called Mostly Colonists. It's from left field toss ball betting. Okay. Several ragged outfits, all of the same cut and color, were stuffed into this suitcase.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial Age Mammoths. That's a shame. Tossball's just about the only good news we get around here. When our frequency's not too clogged up anyway.
You get to listen to games all day? Stellar Bay really is a paradise.
Oh, Lord.
It's pretty swell, but it's a whole lot better with company. Say, I don't think I've seen you before, and I'd remember that face.
I'll try not to be a stranger then. Name's Felix, by the way.
Oh.
You should stop by more often. The games are always better when you've got someone to celebrate with.
Sounds like a good time. I wouldn't mind bringing a couple drinks and settling in for the pennant match.
Look at me, getting carried away again. So, what can I do for you?
Felix, such a ladies' man.
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth. I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Got some people being bullies, huh? We don't tolerate bullies. Bullies get their just desserts.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch clock wheels, a worker earns his meal.
Wrapped musk and canid right here.
Ma'am, please, I need your help. Oh, thank you for stopping.
Agnes
Everyone
Needham.
acts like nothing's wrong, like my little boy isn't at risk of being eaten by some vile creature. Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back. He ran away and is going to get himself killed. Oh, I just know a raptidon is melting him with acid as we speak.
Oh, okay, okay. Your child is missing. Where'd you last see him?
Oh, I just knew you were a good person. Agnes, I said, this is the woman to save your little Tucky. And I was right. He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs, and marauders, the toxic sulfur pools, and poisonous plants, but he didn't listen.
Oh, law, Captain. A youngster won't last long in a place like this. Please, can't we help?
Please, won't you go and find my boy?
I'll help you find your
Thank
son.
you. Oh, I know he'll be safe now that someone's able to fetch him home. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road southwest of town. I'm sure he made it that far. I just know it. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouth. Tell them what I think of them luring little boys away from their mamas. It's immoral.
Okay, will do.
Who the fuck are you?
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley. Berta already pissed by those crates to market.
I know you murdered Isaac.
Listen, That purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business. Heads up!
They wanted to play the game. Unfortunately for them, they chose the wrong game to play with me. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
A fine day for business, isn't it? Anyway, what can I do for you? But that's terrible. What happened? But that means we won't be able to log their testimonies. If there's one thing I've been hoping to re-establish in Stellar Bay, it's proper documentation for legal matters. Always a shame when tempers get the better of good sense. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
Alright, let's go meet up with Mioka.
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood. So it's sliding. All over the place. Trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. But I gotta get in there. Get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn rapt out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you?
Flawed. Are you always this drunk?
You think this is drunk? I gotta... you need to get out more. Sit. Partake. Buy me a drink and let's chat. Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You have to get me something to clear my head. Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Fetch me one and we'll be all set. Well, they work. We got a deal or what?
Let's see what I can do.
Smells like rat in here.
Oh, it does work. I
I brought some musk from tobacco.
Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheeks like those, I'd remember. What can Auntie Abigail do for you? And what a helpful young lady you are. Nothing like a little pill to liven up the spirits. Who's your lucky friend, dearie? I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing away what little trade we get, I'm afraid I have to reserve my supply for Stellar Bay residents. Our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Isn't it a shame what some people will do to get a little extra? Isn't it just? I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Is there anyone else needing a special pickup from Auntie Abigail? Oh, her. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Contribute like the rest of us. Now I've gone and said too much. And you know me, dearie. I don't like to pry. I'm afraid not. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal upstairs. Even I can't access them.
Thought you were in charge around here, Auntie. You sure ought to be.
Oh, you flatter an old woman. Me, I'm just here to be a pretty face for the customers. And to keep an extra key to the supply room for all the times Dr. Williams misplaced his. Careless experimentation with medicinal substances does take its toll, eventually. In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was always searching for the flower of enlightenment. On the way, he tried some rather daring substance combinations.
Oh no.
It's a philosophist symbol of some kind, dearie. Never you mind. The graveyard's near the southern ruins. You're certainly welcome to pay our respects, but the bodies tend to attract beasties.
You're gonna go tussle with some raptidons? Because I've been practicing my dropkick.
Do be careful. I'd hate for anything to happen to you, dearie. Chin up, dearie. Hello again, dearie. Such a pity, isn't it? But I suppose it's an important...
Alright, I guess we're headed to go do some grave robbing.
what was your family like, Felix? Did you ever know him?
I never knew him. I was a stowaway. That's what they call orphans who grow up in the back phase.
Oh, gosh. I'm sorry. That must have been lonesome.
Come on, Parvati, who you talking to? Imagine me pining after my family. Yeah, I suppose that was a touch lonesome. But hey, look at me now. I made it. I got a ship and everything.
Felix is very much a glass half full kind of guy.
Ooh. Smells like those old Sundays when we'd unload salt tuna shipments at the cannery.
We gotta go exploring. I want to see some savages. Everyone all right?
And they tore through this building and everything. Holy crap. The graveyard's out that way. Oh look, more raptidons.
Feels like the old bits outside of Edgewater. Used up, unneeded, left to settle into ruin.
Exploring some ruins, killing some monsters. All we're missing is theme music. We're doing this!
Look at us!
Here they come!
Good shit, you guys. Alright. Looks like we got a level up. Oh, yeah, that drug addiction's really kicking my booty right now. Well, at least as far as ranged weapons go, but... We'll put 5 into our two-handed. Put 5 into our defense. Now we're going to take a look at perks. Alright. So now we're going to go with... think we'll grab this one here, the Reaper. It'll restore part of our time dilation for every enemy killed. I think that'll be very beneficial. And then the next two perks after this are going to be perks for like movement speed. Because we already have the perk that increases your movement speed for whenever you're in time dilation. So then if we increase our base movement speed on top of that, we should be able to just kind of fly through stuff. I think that'll be incredibly beneficial.
Always wanted to visit Stellar Bay. Taking the sights, the sounds. Wait, what's that smell?
You reckon the smell ever goes?
You reckon the smell ever goes away? Alright, so now we gotta go back to the dispensary here.
Hello again, dearie. Such a...
Let's see here. So we'll use Adrena time, and then we'll also use Adreno. I think that mixture should help with the,
I hear those rich people in Byzantium.
I think that should help with the drug withdrawal that I'm having issues with.
You're back. Good news? Bad news? All of the above? More or less dangerous than a steady supply of alcohol. Give it here. Whew, that hits the spot. Right in the, oh, no, there it is. There it is. Yes. We're in business.
Her
Let's
eyes
go.
got so much bigger.
Great. Where to? Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower we lovingly call Devil's Peak. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss options when we get closer. That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a spot open.
I hope you like being part of our crew, Nyoka. We're real excited to have you.
So, Nyoka,
Oh, she's so sweet.
you've ever killed?
Oh, I still have nightmares about this one. The fiercest, most foul creature I've ever faced. Just shy of 7 feet tall. Breath like a sulfur.
He's got an LMG. Nyoka, I know you come with that LMG, but you know what? We'll let you
A little
keep
slow,
that for a minute.
strong as a mountain. If I recall, his name was George Gregory. I don't know.
What other side quests we got here? Alright, let's go find this lady's kid.
Can we talk? Hey, got a favor to ask you. Figure while we're out here in the wilderness anyhow, we might stop in on an old friend of mine. Preferably before we get to Hiram's. It's on the way, don't worry. You don't seem the type to run off and get yourself killed, and I could use the help. I'll be upfront with you. I hate asking for help. I hate it. Every time I give someone the opportunity to disappoint me, they seem to make it their most immediate goal. But this, what I'm thinking, it's dangerous. Nothing we can't handle.
Alright, let's hear it.
I used to run with a band of hunters. Friends. 6 of us. We were on Monarch when the corporations pulled out, and we helped a lot of people pick up the pieces. I haven't seen 2 of them in years, and the rest I know to be dead. I'd like to gather their effects and bury them all in the same places, like the family we once were. First, we go to Hayes. I buried him a ways from our encampment. I need to pay my respects. I'll show you where he rests. He had a medallion in his effects. That's what I'll bring home to bury. Then we find my 2 lost trackers and bring them home. A long time ago, we built an encampment in one of Monarch's cave systems. Trouble is, a Maniqueen showed up and kicked us all out. If we can find Rebecca and Anders, they'll know how to lure her out. Then, we kill the bitch and bury everyone's medallions together. Thanks, Cap.
Sounds fun. Let's get it. Vroom vroom, motherfucker.
Good old Stellar Bay. Only place on the planet that don't stink of sulfur. On account of it stinking like fish instead.
That's an old parish. Huh. I see XP.
That's the last of them.
Good shit.
Watch your feet.
Oh, okay. So if we just follow the road, it should take us to him. Right on. More Raptidons. Good shit, guys. Good shit. That door's sealed up. Okay, so I guess we just keep following the road.
Here they come.
Of course I'm alright. These guys are just free XP and free drugs. Like, I am so beyond fine. There we go, everything's repaired. And now, let's see. Crap, I gotta make sure I'm pointing the right way here. Okay, yep. And we continue. I think the only thing I'm gonna have problems with on this planet is gonna be the Mantiqueens. The Mantiqueens and Mantisaurs, I guess I should specify. Because one, they're big, but two, they also deal, like, super large amounts of plasma damage. Drugs. Going down the street while sipping on gin and juice, laid back. Amber Heights. You know, the last time I saw a flag like this was when I was dealing with Kaiser's Legion in New Vegas. And it didn't go well for them. I should specify.
Well, hello, and welcome to the home of the Iconoclast. I'm Rose. Please, take a pamphlet.
Pamphlet?
In it, you'll find everything you need to know about Graham, his Philosophist Truths, and the Iconoclast Way. He wrote it himself, you know. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting we're out of pamphlets. Gosh, blast it. Why, we're the only free people in Halcyon. No corporations, no shackles, no problems.
No problems. What about Raptidons or Marauders?
Oh, those are just hurdles. We deal with them as they come. You're welcome to stay with us, so long as you can earn your keep.
Got it. Hey, before I go...
The new boy! Yes, he's quite clever. He took to our teachings very quickly. Last I saw him, he was headed into one of the buildings up the hill.
The infamous Amber Heights.
The folks in Amber Heights always manage to find a bottle or two of the good stuff. Team scavengers, I tell you.
It ain't right.
I don't think it's here.
Stop? No. All I'm saying is you gotta be more careful.
Looks like I'm not the only new face around here. What do I call you, stranger? Oh, come on. We like to be friendly around here. At the least, let me call you Captain. Whether or not you command a ship, if you've found your way here, you must be a leader type. So then, Captain, welcome to Amber Heights. Oh, and call me Tucker. You here to join the Iconoclasts? Help us free this world?
Hold up. You're Agnes's little boy from Stellar Bay.
I am not a little boy. Haven't been one for decades, no matter what my mama wishes. I take it she's still looking for me? I'd hope she'd accept my decision.
She made it seem like you were in danger, asked me to rescue you.
According to her, stepping foot outside of the house in broad daylight is too dangerous. My entire life, she crammed a fear of danger down my throat. Don't go play with friends. Mantisaurs will tear your arms off. Don't leave the city. Raptidons will spit acid on your face. Marauders can violate you. You'd fall in a sulfur pool. I stuck around way too long, ruled by her fears. I'm 42 years old, but she still sees me as a little boy in need of her protection. I won't stand for it, I tell you.
42. God damn, dude, I am so sorry.
Stars, I don't know. My mama's a stubborn woman. She won't quit until I'm dead.
That can be arranged.
No, that might just work. You go back and tell her you found my body beside the road, all mangled and tore up. If she believes me dead, she won't look for me no more. Oh, right. I guess you could take my daddy's ring. I've worn it ever since he died. Mama would recognize it right away. You take this back to Stellar Bay. Tell my mama I died and you found that on my body. I know it'll be hard on her, but it's the only way.
Oh my lord. Agnes, you poor, poor delusional lady. I'm sorry, but your little boy is way too old for you to be freaking out like that, and I support his decisions. Just saying. Interesting. We're just gonna pump 5 into our two-handed, 5 into our block. That'll add more armor. Yep. That's how we're gonna do it. Oh, Lord. That dude's mom is gonna be so devastated, but like, lady, you gotta let go at some point. Gotta go talk to Celia. So I think with all of this, let's see here. Quartermaster.
All I'm saying is it ain't worth it. It's gonna taste like salt.
I ought to mention, the Iconoclasts are loyal folk. Treat them right, they'll do the same. Turn on them, they'll open fire without a second thought.
Welcome to the Emporium. I'm Bronson.
Let's see, does he have anything unique? Oh, they have their own specific... Huh. Now let's go ahead and sell our junk here. Interesting. Wait, what was it that I just saw? Cysty pig tumors. They're literally selling the tumor. You know what? Teach their own. Teach their own. I'm so done with them. Tomato flavored paste with a secret blend of 37 herbs, spices, and flavored additives. Organic, vegan, handmade, gluten-free, dairy-free, nut-free. Oh, Lord. Dehydrated water tablets. Just add air. Now available and carbonated. God, some of these descriptions absolutely murder me. Alright, we've got some stuff to do here, so we're gonna go back to Stellar Bay. We're gonna turn in a couple of these missions here, including the family ties one here that we gotta do.
Oh, you're back. Please tell me you found my baby boy. Where is he? Where's my little Tucker? No, that can't be true. Wait, are you sure it wasn't someone else? Maybe my little boy's all right. How could you know it was him? That's Tucker's ring. His daddy gave it to him and he never took it off since. How did you... No, no, it can't be. He's not dead. Not my child. Not my sweet Tucker. I promise I always look out for him.
Agnes, I'm
Take the
sorry,
money.
honey, but...
Just please leave me to grieve.
Yeah, you gotta... Like, I'm sorry, honey, but you gotta chill. Like, dude is 42 years old. You need to get off his ass to begin with. Like, come on. God, this map is so huge. Alright, let's go talk to this dude here.
New face, huh? You from Off-World?
Yep, Captain Flaunt of the
A
Unreliable.
ship captain? Well, I'll be. Here, let me buy you a drink. Consider it an MSI welcome. Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
What are you celebrating?
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares. Well, as long as we don't run out of bits. But until the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work. Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
What could be so bad it made you walk off the job?
It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor, Velma, goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch. We're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay. Sure thing. What did you want to discuss?
We gotta talk about Velma, my guy.
Nope. I'm calling her bluff. If she wants to threaten us, we'll see how she likes it when Sanjar finds out she gave Sublight even more dominion in Stellar Bay. Not forever, but we've each saved up our bits, and I stashed them safe in my home by the diner. I reckon we could last a week or two at least. If I knew that, I'd have tried it. Talking reasonably got me nowhere. Maybe you'll fare better. The others wanted to blackmail her, but we're above that. Besides, them are just rumors. We got no proof they're true.
What's this about blackmail?
I would never endorse such an untoward tactic, you know, but, well, there's rumors that Velma's taking a cut off the profits. So far, it's just gossip, you know, but if there was any proof to be had, it'd be in the Saltuna warehouse, I reckon.
That's a good question. Kinda makes you wonder. Oh. Well, that guard's having a bad day.
Laws. Can a man enjoy the smooth menthol flavor of a Stogie Slim in peace? What I am doing, ma'am, is enjoying the moment. It's so rare that I can seize one apart from the jabbering masses of this wretched place.
What are you talking about?
This law's forgotten town. Cut off from the rest of the colony. Removed from any culture. I recall when Stellar Bay was a proper board-affiliated town with regular shipments of Auntie Cleo's best and all the cereals. Before Sanjar took over MSI and got us all booted.
But now you all are free
Yes,
from the board.
free to wallow in squalor together. Free to squabble with the iconoclasts over a raptidon-infested hellhole. Look, you're making me melancholy. Is there something you wanted?
I'll leave you be, my guy. Henrik's handiwork. He thinks it would be in the warehouse if she had it.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
It's always great.
Huh. So this is where they have... This must be where they keep all the Saltuna. It's kind of cool. Fish and tank 23A are looking a little lumpy. I need to talk about the Saltuna situation. Seriously, where are you? You missed 3 shifts. Getting ridiculous even for you. Huh. to find an authorization code. Real question is, where would I find it?
If you want to talk, wouldn't mind smelling like saltuna if we could sell more of it.
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
Who spat in your spirits, Velma?
You noticed my mood? I'm surprised you can see straight today.
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind. I just might find it funnier.
Well, you try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does for your disposition. Anyway, what do you folks need? Unless you're here to tell me he's agreed to do his job again, I've got nothing to say. I don't have the bits for it, plain and simple. Besides, if I make an exception for him, I gotta do the same for everyone. Hard workers? They turn dials and flip switches. The machines do all the actual work. Caleb and his crew have it better than anyone else around here, I'll tell you that much. If Caleb wants to keep this job, he'd better get back to it. I'm about ready to hire sublight contractors at this rate. Same thing as me. Where's your proof? Because I know no one's been poking around my terminal lately.
I'm in the wrong business if a woman this dense can get away with robbing her company.
Just as a hypothetical. Nothing to see on my terminal, of course. Because I've done nothing wrong. Maybe so. But I bet you Caleb runs out of bits first. Then he'll have to come back. He says he's got a stash to tide his crew over. Could be he's all talk, but if the money's real, I bet you he keeps it at home. Near the diner. For running me ragged while he takes an extended leave at the bar? Not on your life. Fine by me. Stealing's such a nasty word. And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton shifts. We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the salt tuna, fat and mostly tumor-free. Something else on your mind?
Here I go.
Sorry, I can't.
Coming, Captain.
There's got to be some kind of access code somewhere. The real question is where. Talk to Caleb. Maybe he's got an answer.
Why don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us? Sure.
So the only option I have is an option that I can't do quite yet. Because I don't have enough... You know what? I think I know what I'm gonna do. And it gets a little more expensive each time I do it, but I think this would be beneficial. Also,
hey,
need
Captain.
to do this.
I hope I wasn't too much. Oh, that whiskey did get my head aching something fierce. Feels like a primal's chewing on my skull. I messaged Junlei when we got back, and she replied super quick. Okay. I was awake half the night, thinking about what I sent, anxious to see what you said. I reread my message in the morning, and it was unclear. I was drinking when I sent it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the courage. Also, sorry for the typos. I've ruined things in the past because I didn't say things I should have, like, I've met someone who's become special to me. I want to be honest with her, so if she feels the same about me, there won't be any surprises. Oh, isn't she sweet? Like one of those two-bit romances where one soul's all stiff and formal and, I should be glad to perhaps take hold of your hand, miss. I ought to go write her back. I mean, I already did. Twice. But anyhow, thanks for taking me out, Captain.
You betcha, Parvati. Alright, we're gonna redo our perks here. Well, our skills. Not so much the perks. Perks will stay pretty much the same. Alright, so now we're going to put all the rest of it into two-handed. It did reset our perks, but that's fine. So we're going to grab base increase health, tactical time dilation max, base armor rating 5, damage per flaw is definitely important. We're going to do recharge rate. Then we're going to do TTD restored per kill, health restored per kill, TTD movement speed during, and then I think we're also going to invest in the, yeah, we're going to grab the XP from companion kills as well. There we go. So then, yeah, our next level up where we get a perk point, we are definitely going to be putting that perk into movement skills, like our walking speed and our sprint speed. Let's see here. So for Felix, we're going to do increase on Persuade and increase damage to cowering enemies. Nyoka, we're going to do increased health and we're going to do armor rating. Then we go to Parvati. And for Parvati, we're going to go with base health and does she get anything for science weapons later? Okay. So I guess then we'll just do actually no, we'll do range damage. There we go. Now we got a little more even spread on things that we definitely need. We're gonna take Nyoka and Felix because they seem to get along pretty well. Alright. So now we're going to head this direction. Actually, now that we have an increase on both our hacking and our lockpick, we're going to try going to the warehouse first. I'm going to go see if it'll give us the option to snoop around the terminal here.
Hey, Velma, I got your caffeinoid pills.
You're a lifesaver. Hope Abigail didn't give you a hard time.
Just the usual. Anyone on Braxton?
Oh, I need a hack of 50 to get through. Maybe here? No, I need 45 to get through that. Damn, if only I would have had the vicar. Oh well. I guess we'll go steal from the stash then. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
I usually just kick them down.
Oh my god, I need 45 to get that too? Jesus. Are these people all just engineers? Like, fucking hell. Okay. Well, I guess before I can do that, I gotta go do some other quests to level up and get some more put into my lockpicking and hacking. Go to Braxton's apartment. Okay. I think that was the dude that was, like, myrtleized, though, wasn't it?
Whatever you do.
Oh, no, it was this dude.
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh? Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry. No! Okay, maybe, just a little. Braxton always has a good stash, and I just like to let loose a little. Stop thinking about the marauders and the raptidons outside, you know? Oh, damn. He told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick, and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
Alright, that's all I needed. Bye.
Folk who disappear in the wilderness generally aren't able to come back. Don't get your hopes up.
Okay. Just walk into a random person's apartment, you know, no big deal. Alright, let's go hunt this dude down. Everybody always seems to be putting so much emphasis on, like, you know, oh, when people go out into the wild, they get eaten by raptidons. Like, I bet dude is, like, torn apart, like, just gonna find his corpse in a graveyard or some shit. Medicine's gonna be next to it with a list of, like, where the places that you need to go. Well, here's the parish here. Huh. Purpleberry wine. I mean, there's definitely supplies here. Obviously, they don't need them no more. Looks like... Oh my god, yes. I'm using this. I don't even care. My current helmet has 21 armor. This has 4. Go ahead and pop this open. I have a plan for this character, and I have no idea how well it's going to work out. So he's about out over this way. Oh look, raptidons! That was fun. The lights are on. There's plants on the porch. Got a bad feeling about this. Nothing is ever as it's supposed to be. To Mather residence. This is remarkably clean.
A visitor? What an unexpected surprise! Please, come in. Come in.
I'm getting real bad fight or flight right now. Watch your step. People ain't this friendly outside city walls.
We're armed to the teeth. What's he gonna do? Kill us with generosity?
That's the spirit. Now come in. Make yourselves comfortable. I'm afraid we don't get many visitors out here. The Raptidons and Marauders scare off all but the boldest. And if you've braved them, you must be exhausted. Why don't you stay for dinner? Excellent. You've arrived at just the right time. My wife is putting the finishing touches on dinner. Please, make yourself at home until it's ready.
Something ain't right about this.
You know, that's very astute of you, Nyoka.
Oh, hi there. Did you come to bring us more of those rocket candies? You know, the ones that come in a bottle with a rocket ship on the front. They don't taste very good, but they make me feel so nice. Hungry, too. That's wonderful. There was this other man who used to bring them. Not anymore, though. I don't know. I'm not really supposed to talk to strangers. Mama and Papa said he came from the city. When we got sick one time, he brought those candies to make us well again. And they worked. Now we feel better than ever. Mama says they're a gift from the Eternal.
Now I'm getting some very strong fight or flight vibes.
He said they were making us sick. Mom and Papa got real mad at him for that. They went to have a talk with him. Afterwards, they said he wasn't coming back again. Okay, maybe I'll see you at dinner.
That was real nice of her, inviting us to dinner like that.
The bathroom's all torn up. That's a bone saw. It's a pretty big closet.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have nightmares about this.
These sulfur-sodden assholes. Ain't enough that the raps eat everyone? Now people are doing it too?
Well, guys, I think we all know what we need to do here.
But what's this? You're tracking blood into the kitchen. Oh dear. You've been nosy, haven't you? Of course not. What better end for the day than a meal around the family table? And what more noble purpose for you than to bring us together?
You're all gonna die together if you don't let us out of here right now.
Did you hear that, Martha? Threatening our family in our own home.
It's very rude.
Time to teach you some manners.
Here they come!
Ain't deserve to die so clean.
I'm gonna take all your shit now. You tried to cook me, tried to kill me, tried to eat me. None of that was okay. So now it's my job to steal all of your stuff. The sun crests the horizon, as round, soft, and warm as the lump of a cysty pig. The day is fresh and alive with possibility. Trees. Ever reds rise from the ground, glistening and triumphant in daylight. They remind me that life can grow even here amidst the dust. He had some really good spelling in this. Like, these first two are pretty nice, but I'm starting to see down here, Monarch 1 grows large with no E, and dark, like a mouth spelled differently, that eats the sky. I tried to think of words spelled wrongly. I had to describe it, but something dark swallows them too. So it's on this third one that he's starting to kind of just lose his mind, I guess. There is an ache sharp in my stomach, hurts all the time. Food makes me sick, water makes me sick, always hungry so I can't think. That's wild. Oh, this dude was into like palmistry and shit. Look at that. Had like a little incense thing and had like the little palmistry thing. Like, oh, that's cool. Hold up. Let me. Can I get a close up of it? Hold up. Let's see if we can focus in on it real quick. Yeah, see, they got like headline. Here's the different planets here. That's actually really cool. That's a nice little detail they threw in there. You don't really see that a whole lot. Anything else to loot? I don't think there is. Okay. Yeah, no, that's pretty wild. Cannibals and shit. That's super wacky. I think for our final thing, we're gonna go back to Stellar Bay here. We're gonna go turn this dude's ID in.
I hear you're into Graham's philosophist hogwash, Felix.
Yeah, if by philosophist hogwash you mean the virtues of enlightened anarchy.
Organization separates us from the animals. You ever seen a Raptor plumbing? You see sprats running around building roads? Maybe the folks we have at the top ain't exactly leadership material. But if we tore the whole thing down, we'd be kings and queens of a wasteland.
Correction? Kings and queens of an awesome wasteland.
I'll take toilets over freedom any day of the week.
Fair point,
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows.
Got some bad news about Braxton.
That he's got his load on and I'm stuck covering his shift.
He was killed by cannibals out in the roads.
That's... Wow. I sure feel like an ass now.
Cheer up. Maybe now you can hire someone better. You definitely sounded like one.
Ease up. I'm running on a chronic shortage of sleep here. Still, it's good to know what happened to him. And that I ought to start looking for a replacement. Something else on your mind?
I'll talk to you later. Alright, so now for our final point of being here, before we head back out, we're going to come over here and I'm going to talk to Celia real quick.
Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon. What can I do for you today? You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago. Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Do you normally blow your money on Raptidon parts?
Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really.
What the fuck do you need this shit for?
So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else. Sort of the strong, silent type. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Gee, I wonder why.
Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia, and she seemed... Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no... Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
Ooh. In other words, don't skip leg day, folks.
Sorry, sometimes I get carried away.
Alrighty. Well, I think that pretty much covers it, folks. I want to give a shout out to anybody and everybody who decided to watch tonight. Thank you very much for that. We'll be going live not tomorrow. I don't know. We might be live later tomorrow. It depends. I'm going to Pride here in Minnesota tomorrow. So no idea when I'll be back or how much stuff is going to get done. So, I will say, however, that I will for sure 100% be live on Monday. So yeah, make sure you enable those notifications. And make sure, if you are watching on YouTube, make sure you drop a sub to the channel. That way you will get a notification when I go live next. It is always appreciated for you guys to hop in. And as always, I hope you all have a wonderful day, night, weekend, or weekday, whatever time it is for you, wherever you may be in your week. Toodaloo.